Hello and welcome back again to another juicy video. How are you guys doing? I know you are absolutely amazing, just as I'm doing here in London. Thank you guys so much for your constant support and for always coming back to the channel and for checking up on me. I really do appreciate. I never take it for granted. As you can see, my house is now fully furnished, and those of you who asked for a full house tour, yes, you asked and I'll deliver. I've actually done the videos here for me to edit and put it up. But this topic just dropped into my spirit, man. And I wanted to share it with you guys. Listen, 20 things are about to shock you. It has already shocked you, or it is yet to shock you if you are in the UK or if you're about to come to the UK. My family watches my video on YouTube. My family is about to come to the UK. And I want to tell you guys that 20 things are about to shock you. Yeah. There are things that actually shook me when I came to the UK, and I want to tell my people, everybody that comes across this channel, that these 20 things are about to shock you, or they have already shocked you, or it will definitely shock you at a point in time if you are about to come to the UK or if you are already in the United Kingdom. If it is your first time of coming across my channel, my name is Becca. I'm a UK-based RN, originally from Ghana in West Africa. I live, I practice, and I work in London. On this channel, basically, I talk about nursing, I do lifestyle videos, a little bit of fun and positive vibe. If this sounds like you'd like to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notification bell icon so that anytime your darling uploads a video, you'll be notified and be able to watch. When I first came to the UK and I was trying to settle into the system, these things really shook me. Some are still shocking me. I know some will shock me for long, but now I am a new creature. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things are new. Now my mentality has changed, and I'm a British at heart. It's left for my passport to change. The first thing that shook me is that there is no lateness to work and appointment. You see, this Africa, we have something we call African time. My people, there is nothing like African time. If they say 6 o'clock, they actually mean 5:45 or even 5:30. Yeah. There is no African time here. There is no lateness appointment to work. You don't go to work always late and apologize. No, it is unacceptable. So if they give you time for appointment, being a GP surgery, being it bus time, if they say the train is going to come at 6 o'clock, by 6 on the dot, or even before 6, the train is there. By 6:01, the train is moving to the other station. So if you are the typical African, you will always miss your train. You will always miss your bus. You will always miss your transport. And life is going to be very unpleasant for you. You will not like the United Kingdom. You have to change this mentality before you come to the UK. I hope I'm preaching good. The next thing is, if you are on an escalator, you stand at the right-hand side of the escalator. I didn't know this until I moved to London. So when I moved to London, I went to shop one day. I went on the escalator. I was going up, and then I was standing on the left-hand side. There was a chap behind me. He started shouting, "Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. You got to move to the right-hand side. Hello, mate. You got to move to the right-hand side." I was like, this guy doesn't have manners. That was what I was saying in my head, though. It didn't come out. I was like, this guy doesn't have manners. Apparently, I didn't have manners. I should move to the right-hand side of the escalator for him to have space to pass. So apparently, the left-hand side is meant for those that do not want to stand on the escalator. They want to walk on it or run on it or jump on it, whatever. So you leave the left-hand side for such people. I didn't know that. You don't jump queue. So you see, there are some kind of people that they have made up their mind that they will never queue. If you see a child standing in the queue, you say that, oh, this one is a child, I'm an adult. Let me skip the queue and do my things fast. You don't skip queue. If you think the person is a child, is an adult, is whatever, no, you don't skip queue. Unless the person in front or the people in the queue have given you the permission to skip them, or you have disability and they have seen it and they want you to. They should actually give you permission, okay? So I was on duty one day when I felt very, very sick, and my colleagues took me to A&E. I was in the NHS, the A&E was in the same NHS. When I got there, they asked me, did I book for appointment before coming? I said no. I was very, very sick. They told me to go and join the queue. Anyway, I was in the queue, I was in uniform. I haven't seen this before, because back home, when you are a nurse or you are a health worker and something happens, even if you are not at work, they give it that priority. But here, everybody is treated the same. So I was in uniform. Two of my colleagues took me to A&E and they told me to join the damn queue with my uniform. So it was the patients that saw me who were already in the queue, and they called me and said, no, I should come and skip the queue and go before them. They gave me that priority because I was there. And this happened in my own trust. So here, skipping queue, there is nothing like skipping queue because you are daughter of Boris Johnson. You don't skip queue. Here, you don't just judge people without listening to them first. So if you see somebody acting in such a way, and even if you want to judge, let that judgment remain in your head. Don't let it come out of your head. Don't openly judge or criticize people, because people do certain things and you don't know the circumstances or the situation that has led to them doing that. You leave people to live their lives. You don't just criticize or judging them. If you feel like you want to know what is happening, you can ask them questions. If they feel comfortable to answer you, they'll answer you before you pass your judgment or before you make your statement. Mind your business. Yes, the business that put food on your table is what you should actually mind. I lived in a shared house for good 9 months, and my neighbors and I, we barely saw each other. When you close from work, you enter your room, you close the door, you mind your business. When you go into the kitchen, I didn't even know this. When I am in the kitchen and they are coming into the kitchen to do something and they see me, they will excuse me, they will go back to their rooms, leave me to finish whatever I'm doing. I also learned from them. So if I'm also coming to the kitchen and I see them, I also go back, leave them in the kitchen for them to finish their business before I go in and do what I am doing. We are like this. We were living like ghosts. You are in a house, no noise. If a pin drops in the house, you will hear the pin drop. Absolutely no noise. Everybody is minding their business. You don't talk loudly or play loud music. So this thing happened to me. I was in the bus. I was very, very new in the UK. I was in a bus and I was playing music. And you know that kind of music that will shock your system. The Holy Ghost in you want to come out. It's a gospel music. I love the music so much. I forgot my headset at home. I put on the music a little bit loud, and then I was doing the phone like this, okay? So if this is the phone was like this because I want to hear the song directly. The driver came from the driver's seat and told me, can you please turn the music off or use your headset? In my mind, I was like, even me, I have to do this to hear the music. So how did he hear the music from the driver's seat? You don't make noise. You don't talk loud. No. You don't exchange words publicly. You don't make noise. You know the way sometimes we see somebody back home and you want to shout and scream and go and hug the person. You don't make noise. If you are making a call or if you are listening to music and you are in a public space, you have to use your headset. If you are in a bus, you have to use your headset because your noise is going to upset the next person. If you see a black person, don't think they came yesterday. Some are black, but they are black British. They were born here. They have white mentality. They have white mindset. You don't bully them. You don't harass them like somebody like me who came yesterday. If you want to harass me, yes. But you see, if you want to go and harass another black person because you think they came yesterday, JJC, Johnny just come like me, you are on your own. They will put you where you belong because they know their rights. They know their rules. They know the regulations that governs the system. So not every black is stupid. Not every black does not know what they have to do. Some are actually black British. They were born here. They live here. They've worked. Everything about their life is here. So they know their rights. They know their rules. You don't go judging every black you see as a Nino or as a JJC. They will put you where you belong. You don't park your car anywhere. When I went to Ghana recently, I felt so happy and I felt like there are certain things, certain little things that we enjoy or certain freedom that we enjoy back home that we used to take for granted. When I came here and I went back home, I never took anything for granted. For instance, people coming to greet you because they've seen you've come back from abroad, or like people coming to you or calling to check up on you. I never took it for granted because here, nobody has your time. If you live alone, you live on your own. Once in a while, you can have people coming around to visit you, but most of the times, you are left on your own. When I went to Ghana, I could park my car anywhere. When I drive, I get here, I park, I go wherever I'm going, I come back, I take my car. But here in London, you don't try that. By the time you go wherever you're going and you come back, you come and meet a ticket. Yes, you'll be given a ticket. And some of the tickets are so expensive, as high as £130 in London. If you park in Greater London, you can get £130 tickets. And if you pay within 2 weeks, they will decrease it by half. So if it is 130 and you pay within 2 weeks, they'll decrease it to £65. Some fine you as high as £160. You don't park your car anywhere. It's not everywhere you park it. And listen, even in your own house, if you don't have a drive and you have to park on the street, you have to pay to the council to park on the street. So where I was living was an HMO. We had a drive. I think I've explained this in the video that I said the police came after me. We had a drive, but my neighbor never wanted me to park in the drive. So I was parking on the street and I was paying to park. I was paying £330 per year to park my car in the drive. So here, you don't just chuck your car anywhere. You see, car is cheap. Everybody could have bought a car, but keeping the car is another business altogether, especially in London. So cars are cheap, but it's very hard and very difficult and very expensive to maintain a car. Somebody will just meet you and ask you, "You're right? You're right? Are you all right?" You know, back home, if somebody says, "Are you all right?" we think they are asking whether everything is okay up here. No, here, if somebody asks you, "Are you all right?" it's just saying hi or "How are you?" Just like that. You don't need to explain yourself to them or anything. Just respond, "Good, good, I'm all right," or "I'm okay, good, thank you." Simple as that, and you keep going. You don't need to explain anything to them, or you don't need to think they are insulting you or they're asking whether you are okay up there. They are just asking you how you are doing, or they are just greeting you, or they are just saying hello, like a good morning to you. So that is, "Are you all right? Yeah, are you all right? You're right?" Don't have open arguments with people. So you can just walk, you know, back home, you can just walk. Somebody will do something to you, you confront them openly, you talk, glass goes everywhere. You just have an open argument. No, here you don't have open argument. If you feel somebody is intimidating you, if you feel you are not happy with something, it's two things. Either you raise a concern or you write it. So you write a letter of concern. You write everything, you put everything in writing. Listen, since I came here, I feel like I am an advanced secretary. Yes, because everything you have to put it in writing. Everything you have to write it. If you want to win an argument, if you want to state your fact, if you want to make things work for you, you have to put it in writing. And it is that writing they will acknowledge. It's not your mouth that you've used to go and say that, "Okay, I told this verbally, I told this verbally." Verbal, nothing works here. From work, from social life, from everywhere, nobody takes verbal communication seriously. You have to put it in writing, because if something comes up or if there is an issue, it is what you have written that will be your evidence, that will be your backbone, that will justify or that will support your argument. You don't shout, you don't disturb, you don't say anything, just write it down. When you go for a date, take extra cash, take an emergency cash, put it in your pocket, because here you can go for a date and you will pay for your food. Your date will pay for his or her food. Yes. You know, in Africa or in other parts of the world, maybe when you go for a date, you're expecting that the gentleman that invited you for the date is the one that is supposed to be paying for the things, you know. But here, you can end up paying for your own thingy. Back home, if you have a friend and you both hop into the bus at the same time, or you book a taxi, you feel like your friend should pay for the taxi, or your friend will pay for your bus ticket for you. Here, they don't even take cash in the bus. Nobody is accepting cash, especially after COVID. Most of the buses, like 90% of the transport system, have gone cashless. You don't handle cash. It is card. So if you are going to hop in the bus, whether it's your best friend, whether it's your whatever, fiancé, whatever, have your own card to pay for your own transport. Have your own money to pay for your own things. Nobody pays or takes responsibility for your financial living. This is for the couples. Here we don't have, this is the woman, this is the man. You get up in the morning and tell the woman, "Fix me breakfast." The woman will tell the man, "Give me chop money. Remove £20 as chop money." The man will not tell the woman, "Wash plates, wash dishes, take the children to school." Here it is called shared responsibility. A man can be a woman can be a man. You see the men bathing their children. They will bath them, they will dress them, they will take them to school, they will pick them from school. The men are doing school rounds, they are feeding the child, they are changing nappy. One of my friends in Manchester, I called him the other day, his child is crying, he's on the phone with me and he's changing nappy. He said, my sister, I'm changing nappy. When I finish, we'll talk. He's a black man. So here, there is nothing like this is for a man, this is for a woman. A woman can take care of the home. As far as you are working, you also pay the bills. You also pay the bills, because back home, if a couple is working, sometimes they expect that the man should take care of certain things. But here, the man can do it, the woman can do it. In fact, the woman may end up paying the rent and the man will end up looking after the children or the family or something. Like, it is a shared responsibility, basically. We don't call name or we don't assign duties based on gender. Here, people attach a lot of respect to names, and they also give you the chance to tell how you want to be treated. That is the reason why you have to learn how to speak up for yourself and how to tell people how to treat you. Otherwise, they don't know how to treat you because you haven't told them. So let's say somebody's name can be Janet, but she doesn't prefer to be called Janet. That is the truth of this country. So Janet can decide that people should call her Kim. So her name on the paper is Janet, but the name that people know her for is Kim. So when you go anywhere, they ask you your name. After they've asked you your name, they ask you, how do you want to be called? Okay. I once met a guy, his name is called Charles, but he prefers to be called Ted. So his name is Charles, but you don't call him Charles. You call him Ted. Somebody can be called Patrick. He prefers to be called Paddy. Somebody is called Cynthia. She prefers to be called Synth or Sin or whatever it is. But people have how they want to be addressed. So when you ask somebody their name, the next thing that should follow is, how do you want to be called? Here, people are very open-minded and they can talk freely. Somebody can meet you in a bus, in a park, in an open space, on a social activity, and they can choose to tell you everything about their life. That does not mean they don't want to keep quiet or they just want to talk. But some people don't even have anybody to talk to, because when they are home and they are kept to themselves. So once they go out into that open space and they meet other people, they feel like they want to express themselves. They can tell you everything about them. You can be in a bus with somebody, they'll tell you about their marriage. How many times they've done it in a day. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. How many times they've done it before they come to sit in that bus. They will tell you. You will be so shocked. People are free-minded. They talk openly. If they are, let's say, bisexual, they will tell you, I'm bisexual. I've done this, I've done that. I've slept with this, I've slept with that. Openly. They don't care about that. They don't keep anything hidden. Nothing is hidden. That is why honesty is very important. If you lie, they lose trust in you. Nobody will trust you again. So you have to be open-minded. You have to be open. Speak your truth, but also set your boundaries. Someone will just meet you and call you, hello, my love. Hi, lovely. Hello, beautiful. Hi, dear. Hi, honey. Hello, Han. Hi, my love. That does not mean they are interested in you. That does not mean they love you. That is just how they communicate with people. They just show affection. They just use those affection and titles just to make you feel good, just to make you feel relaxed, to make you feel welcome. That does not mean they are proposing to you, or that does not mean they are flirting with you. You can meet a married man and a wife and you openly admonish the next person. Back where I come from, it doesn't work. I remember there was a day I wore a very nice dress. That dress looked very good on me. I was going out and then I met a couple, a very young couple. And then the gentleman shouted to me across the street, you look so stunning. When I turned back, I saw he was with the wife and I was like, Mama mia, this cannot happen in Africa. The way the wife will shout at the man back or give him an attitude or something. But here people are so free. They openly discuss. They know the partners understand each other. They know that this is how the culture is. So they don't take anything at heart. They don't take anything personal. They don't think that their partners are flirting with the other person. Here, men do not openly propose. Once in a while, you meet men that will openly tell you how they feel about you. But it is very difficult to see it. Men do not openly propose. You know, back in Africa, you can see a man, the man will straight away look into your face and tell you how they feel, probably take your number, get to start talking and all those things. Here, That is why people use dating websites. They use dating apps. They go on dating websites because they will not toast you openly. They can admire you, they can admonish you. Some are brave, don't get me wrong, some are brave and bold enough to come up and take contact, but the majority of them wouldn't. Even if they like it, they will see it from afar and they will kind of take calculated steps. Tea drinking is a culture. People drink tea a lot. Somebody's main meal or favorite meal can be tea. You can ask somebody, what is your favorite meal? Tea. Which food do you like best? Tea. I know a lady. Said this lady can drink more than 20 cups of tea in a shift. Not in a day. One shift. She will drink tea. Every second she will call, I want a cup of tea. I want a cup of tea. And that's how they will say, a cuppa. I want a cup of tea, or I want a cuppa. A cuppa, if he says I want a cuppa, you know that he wants a cup of tea. So I want a cuppa, or I want a cup of tea. I want a cappuccino. I want a cuppa. I want a fizzy drinks, fizzy pops. Tea is a culture. People can marry and decide not to give birth. You know, back home, we have this culture of seeing a newly married couple or seeing a couple and they immediately ask them, when are you having children? When are you having a child? When are you having a child? Here, somebody can decide to marry and never have a child. They just want to marry and enjoy their marriage. No children. Someone can take a dog or a pet and make that pet like their child. That is their decision. So you don't go about asking people when they are going to deliver or when they are going to have children. Or you don't go about judging people when you see their pet and they say that their pet is their child. That is how they've chosen to live. They've chosen that pet as a human being and chosen that pet to be their child. That is how they have chosen their life basically to be. The last but certainly not the least is that here, every little thing can be an abuse, especially if you work in a care home. You don't just go about doing everything for everybody. Some of the things you do in your mind, you feel like you are doing it for the betterment of the person or you are doing it in their best interest, but it is an abuse. That is why you have to know the laws, you have to know the system, you have to read, know about safeguarding of children, of adults, of vulnerable people. Know where your right ends, because your right ends where somebody's own begins. So where your right end is where your neighbor's own begin. Where your neighbor's own begin is where your own will end. So you have to know the system. Things that you will do, you will say, okay, I'm good with this. It's an abuse. You know, back home, let's say if you are dealing with a challenging behavior patient or a patient who is aggressive, sometimes we restrain them. You can tie them on the bed in their best interest. You think you are doing something good for them, you tie them and then give them your injection. Then later when they become calm, you release your restraint and then they are free. Here, don't try and go and restrain anybody. A lady did that in a London, one very big London NHS trust, the beginning of this year, and she was struck off. They took her off the NMC register. And one of my friends was an eyewitness to this situation. When they raised the safeguarding, they raised against the lady and my friend because my friend was a witness. If you witnessed it, what did you see? What did you say? You witnessed it, you didn't say anything about it. You saw it happen. So they raised the safeguarding, they raised it against both of them. Luckily, when they went for NMC hearing, they struck the lady off and they left my friend, but they suspended him for a time and didn't let him work for a while. So little things that we take for granted can be termed as an abuse. If you don't know the system, you ask. If you are not sure, don't do it. Ask for clarification before you do them. If there are anything that has shocked you or anything I didn't mention in this video, put them in the comment section. Let's learn together. Let's interact in the comment section. If you feel this video is of interest to you, smash the like button for this video and share on to your friends. Until we meet again in my next video, guys, it's bye.